We live in a world filled with sound, a constant stream of information and stimulation bombarding our senses. Cars honk impatiently, phones ring incessantly, voices chatter endlessly, creating a cacophony that follows us wherever we go. Noise is everywhere, an inescapable part of modern life, demanding our attention at every turn, pulling us in countless directions. But in this relentless barrage of auditory input, this overwhelming soundscape, have we forgotten the profound value of silence, its subtle power and restorative qualities? Silence is not just the absence of noise, a mere void to be filled. It's a presence in itself, a blank canvas for thought and reflection, a balm for the soul, offering respite from the constant demands of the outside world. For many, silence can feel unsettling, even frightening. We're so used to the constant hum of activity, the perpetual motion of our busy lives, that quiet makes us restless, anxious, and uncomfortable. But what if silence is not an emptiness, but rather full of potential, brimming with possibility? What if it's a space where we can truly hear ourselves, our inner voice, our deepest desires? In the vastness of space, where stars are light years away, silence reigns supreme, yet galaxies are born from cosmic dust and stars ignite in brilliant bursts of energy. Silence in this context holds the blueprint of creation, the seed of all that is to come. In our daily lives, we often actively drown out silence, avoiding it at all costs, with podcasts filling our ears, TV screens flickering before our eyes, and endless scrolling consuming our attention. This constant engagement with external stimuli leaves us feeling drained, overwhelmed, and ultimately disconnected from ourselves and the world around us. True understanding, inner peace, and genuine connection require us to consciously step away from the incessant noise and actively embrace the quiet. It's a skill that can be cultivated through practice and intention, a journey of self-discovery that is undoubtedly worth taking. We'll explore in this journey how intentionally embracing silence can transform our emotions, our thought patterns, and even the quality of our relationships with others. Silence, when understood and utilized correctly, is a source of inner strength, a powerful tool for effective communication, fostering deeper listening and empathy, and a gateway to deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. It's an invitation to rediscover the beauty and wisdom, the unheard symphony that exists both within us and all around us in the natural world. The sound of silence is not just important for our well-being, it's absolutely essential for living a truly meaningful and fulfilling life. Imagine a world where we truly listen, not just to the noise and clamor, but to the quiet spaces in between the sounds. In those often overlooked spaces, we find clarity of thought, creative inspiration, and a profound sense of connection to something larger than ourselves. The transformative power of silence is patiently waiting for us to notice its presence and embrace its gifts. Let's begin our journey together into the transformative world of stillness and quiet contemplation. The symphony of silence is ready and waiting to be heard, felt, and deeply understood. Modern life is a turbulent sea, a relentless current of information, demands, and expectations. Thoughts crash, a constant barrage of worries and to-dos, emotions swirl, creating a vortex of anxiety and unease, and clarity feels distant, like a faint star obscured by a thick fog. Silence offers a sanctuary, a refuge from the storm, a quiet harbor where the waters can still, allowing the sediment to settle and the depths to become visible. When we seek out moments of quiet, even just a few stolen minutes amidst the noise, we allow our minds to settle like snow gently falling on a still landscape, and see things more clearly, gaining a fresh perspective on the challenges we face. Imagine a tough day at work, deadlines looming, conflicts arising, your mind races, jumping from one task to another, fueled by stress hormones, emotions spike, frustration bubbling to the surface. Instead of venting, reacting in anger, or distracting yourself seeking temporary escape, try sitting in silence for 10 minutes. At first, the mental noise may seem louder, the thoughts more insistent, but gradually it softens, the intensity fades. In that stillness, that quiet space within, perspective emerges, a broader understanding of the situation. Silence isn't a magical cure, a quick fix for all our problems, but it gives our minds a break from constant stimulation, a chance to reset and recharge. When the world goes quiet, when the external noise subsides, our inner voice can finally be heard, the quiet wisdom within us. We can identify the true source of our distress, the underlying cause of our anxiety, and respond thoughtfully, not impulsively, with intention and awareness. These quiet pauses help us self-regulate, manage our emotions effectively, and build emotional intelligence, fostering stronger relationships and greater understanding. Even a few minutes of pre-dawn quiet before the demands of the day begin can set a calm, focused tone for the day, influencing our actions and interactions. Silence becomes a foundation, a stable base from which to operate, carrying us through challenges with greater wisdom, resilience, and grace. Amidst chaos, the constant hum of modern life, we can carve out spaces for stillness, creating pockets of peace in our daily routines. In those spaces, those moments of quiet reflection, we find the clarity we need to navigate life, to make informed decisions and live with intention. Silence is a tool, a powerful resource, simple, accessible to everyone, powerful, capable of transforming our perspective, and always available, a constant companion in a noisy world. Use it to find your center, to reconnect with your inner wisdom, and to navigate life with greater clarity and peace. Strength isn't always loud or visible. It doesn't always manifest as a booming voice or a flurry of activity. Sometimes it's found in stillness, in the quiet moments where we gather our thoughts and center ourselves. It's a reservoir of power waiting to be tapped. The ability to remain composed under pressure, to maintain a sense of calm amidst the storm, is nurtured by silence and introspection. When provoked, the urge to react is strong, a primal instinct to defend or lash out. But choosing silence, that deliberate pause before responding, is a sign of inner strength and self-mastery. Seasoned leaders and negotiators, individuals who understand the weight of their words, often pause before responding, using silence, not as a void, but as a tool to gather their thoughts, assess the situation, and choose their words carefully. This pause is where true control is exercised, a conscious decision to govern one's impulses. It's a space for wisdom to intervene, for clarity to emerge from the fog of emotion. Comfortable with silence, not fearing its emptiness, we become better listeners, more attuned to the nuances of communication, and more thoughtful contributors to any conversation. Quiet confidence, that unspoken assurance, is often more impactful and resonant than a stream of words. History is full of figures who drew power from silence, individuals who understood the strength of a composed presence. Gandhi's days of quietude and contemplation, for example, fueled his resolve and strengthened his commitment to nonviolent resistance. True power doesn't always shout or demand attention. Sometimes it stands firm in silence, a beacon of stability in a world of constant change. This quiet strength, this unwavering resolve, can move mountains and inspire generations to strive for a better world. In daily life, cultivating silence helps us master our internal state, allowing us to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. It allows us to not be ruled by external chaos but to find peace and clarity within ourselves. Practice the art of the pause, that brief moment of stillness before action. Let silence be your anchor in turbulent moments, a source of strength and stability when the world around you is in turmoil. In stillness, in that quiet center within ourselves, we find our greatest poise, our truest strength, and our most profound wisdom. Communication isn't just about speaking, it's about listening. True listening thrives in quiet attentiveness. When we're silent as others speak, we create space for their words and emotions to unfold. This silent presence conveys respect and empathy, encouraging deeper sharing. Silence becomes a bridge, connecting us on a profound level. In professional and educational settings, quiet listening leads to better understanding and collaboration. Sometimes, the most important messages are found in the pauses and hesitations. Being comfortable with silence lets us hear what's truly being said, and what isn't. This transforms communication into a richer, more meaningful exchange. Practice listening with your whole presence, not just your ears. In the quiet, real connection grows. Creativity often blossoms in silence. When the mind is free from constant noise, it can wander, make new connections, and let subconscious ideas surface. Silence is fertile ground for innovation, a place where ideas take root. Many breakthroughs come during quiet moments, a walk, a shower, a pause before sleep. Great thinkers and artists have sought silence to fuel their creativity. Einstein with his violin, composers in solitude. Silence allows the mind to breathe and surprise itself. By intentionally embracing quiet, we invite unexpected insights. Turn off distractions, let your mind wander, and see what emerges. Silence is not empty, it's full of creative potential. Make space for it and watch your ideas flourish. Influence isn't just about powerful words. Silence can be a potent tool. In negotiation, a well-placed pause can put pressure on others to reveal more or make concessions. Skilled speakers use silence to create suspense and let key points sink in. Silence signals confidence and composure, shifting the power dynamic. Responding to provocation with a calm pause shows self-assurance. The person comfortable with silence often commands more respect. Silence is also a tool for gathering information. People reveal more when they fill the void. It's not manipulation, but creating space for truth to surface. In the dance of negotiation, knowing when to be silent is as important as knowing what to say. Use silence to shape conversations and outcomes. Sometimes the quietest voice is the most influential. Master the art of the pause. Across cultures, silence is revered as a path to spiritual insight and wisdom. Meditation, central to many traditions, uses silence to connect with the deeper self and the universe. In Christian monastic life, silent contemplation brings solace and guidance. Thinkers and poets have long praised silence. Lao Tzu called it a source of great strength, Rumi said. Listen to the silence, it has so much to say. Even Einstein found creativity in quiet solitude. These voices remind us that silence is full of meaning and power. By cultivating quiet moments, we access deeper wisdom and understanding. Whether through meditation, a walk in nature, or a silent pause, embrace silence as a transformative practice. In the quiet, we hear our intuition and connect with something greater. Let silence guide you to peace and purpose. Different cultures weave silence into their social fabric in unique ways. In Japan, silence can convey deep meaning. In Finland, it's a sign of thoughtfulness. Quaker meetings and indigenous traditions use communal silence for connection and wisdom. Silence is often seen as rich communication, not emptiness. Science shows silence benefits our brains, reducing stress and even stimulating new brain cells. In conflict, a pause before responding can prevent regret and escalation. On social media, choosing silence over impulsive reaction preserves relationships and reputations. Silence calms the mind and promotes clear thinking. Across cultures and science, silence is a powerful ally. Use it to connect, reflect, and respond wisely. In quiet, we find strength and clarity. We've explored silence as sanctuary, strength, creativity, and connection. The message is clear: silence is a dynamic, transformative force, not an empty void. The world will always be noisy, but we can choose to cultivate silence. It doesn't require grand gestures, just small, intentional moments of quiet. Turn off the radio, pause before speaking, or sit in stillness before bed. These acts accumulate, shifting our inner and outer worlds. Embracing silence invites a richer, more reflective life. It's a path to clarity, creativity, and composure. In stillness, we recharge, gain perspective, and access wisdom. Don't fear the quiet, seek it out. Listen to its subtle language. In silence, we find peace, strength, and deeper connection. The power of silence is always there, waiting for us. All we need to do is pause and listen. The symphony of stillness awaits, ready to transform everything if only we allow it.